Hi, this is Dennis Justice of the iGaming Alliance. Welcome to my podcast, or whatever the hell we call it now. I just want to talk today about Rush Hour, the big game that has taken the iGaming world by storm, and show a few races of the newest product, which is Duck River, which is just like this game, only with plastic ducks. You can follow me on Carolina Derby on X. You can follow the company, 155.io, on that website and check out their demo site there. What they're doing is you're betting on traffic. You are literally betting on traffic. And if you look at these cars, that green computerized line, the vehicles are tracked by AI, and if the AI catches it crossing the line, it counts. It goes on a tally. You bet on 4 specific types of bets. You can bet under, you can bet over, you can bet the range, which is kind of in between, and then on the outer edge of that in between is what's called exact. And the payouts are different. The exact is the highest paying bet. I always bet over just for continuity's sake. One of the things about this game is you can follow the world. This is in Brazil. It's just started autumn in Brazil. It's just started spring in the United States. Thank God. I hate fall and I despise winter. But you got to get 43 cars, or excuse me, under 43 to win under. So when the clock runs out, they have to have 42 cars or less cross that line. You see a bunch of cars turning left. They're not going to cross that particular line. And it looks like it's going to... Oh, it made it just at 44, which is range. 44 and 45 for this particular bet. Now, you don't know how many cars are actually on the line. This is at Hopkins and Charles in Austin, Texas. I have seen cameras from around the world, and I've seen races in Russia, in Japan, in Brazil, in Mexico, I believe. I think I've seen a couple in Puerto Rico. I've definitely seen some in Texas. I haven't seen any in my home state of North Carolina, but we've just started seeing some in Los Angeles. I've seen some earlier today. So you see, this game is very popular. There was a guy, one of these popular streamers, I won't name him because I can't remember his name. But you can see the tally goes up as they cross the line. Had over a tweet of his, or a post on X of his, actually had over 5 million views over the weekend. Sometimes that free advertising is the best advertising. Now, Glenwood Springs coming up here is one of the OGs of the CCTV game. Now, how they come up with the odds, I don't know precisely. I have an hypothesis. But you see, they had 3 cars cross, now 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, for me to win over, I have to have 28 or more cars. A stoplight, a pedestrian, a car suddenly stopping for some reason. Those could affect the count. Now, if AI happens to miss a car, that is, unfortunately, an expected. That's something that's in the rules. That's basically tough luck. Everyone has that same risk. Under wins again. I can see that a lot of people want to bet under. I prefer over. Going back to Brazil. There are bound to be World Cup favorites. World Cup's coming to the United States, Mexico, and Canada. I think there are too many teams. I like the old school 32 teams. You know, to be qualifying for the World Cup is half the fun of the World Cup. Yeah, I think it's going to dilute the game. I don't see a reason to have so many teams. But Brazil's going to be one of the favorites, of course. 30 cars already. I have a shot at winning this. Hello. Wait a minute. Did I win? I won! How about this?
Congratulations, you won. I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the light
Oh, winner is me. I spared all expense here. Okay, back to Los Angeles. They've had 3 different cameras that I've seen so far. They basically use CCTV cameras, and the AI can pick this up. Now, earlier today on Long Beach Freeway, I was playing this to test this recording, and there actually was a police car that pulled a guy over, which I thought was hilarious. So hilarious for the guy who got pulled over. And, you know, if you want something like that happen in California, you want to be on a motorcycle and Eric Estrada getting off there. Estelada. Now look at this. I have an outside shot of winning. Maybe. No. Smells off. Actually, I needed 45. I don't know why I thought I was saying a number of 45. It was right there on the screen. This is going back to Los Angeles. It might be the same camera. More possible it's a different camera. But I like how they show the little dots on the globe. I mean, it is, you know, if you want to really study a nation's culture, study how it deals with religion, how it might deal with politics, and how it might deal with sports, and how it might deal with gambling. And you'll get an insight on that society. But yeah, I've seen cameras from around the world. I saw it in Russia in the middle of winter, and that was pretty interesting. Look at that. All this traffic's backed up on this exit. I presume it's an exit lane. Under might be able to pull this up. No. Can you imagine driving a truck and you inadvertently are involved with one of these wagers? Now, I won earlier on this feed, on a different feed, from this particular camera angle, if it's this one. And it was a traffic jam. And it's a traffic jam right now. Oh my God. Look at that. I think it was like 12 or something was the target number I needed. Again, I don't know if how precisely they organize this game. I have an hypothesis, and that's all it is. Now, are they going to count this twice? Yeah, I think they accidentally counted that crane or whatever that thing is twice. It might have. Hobby Lobby was not in the count. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to Groningen. Now, I've seen these photos like this, these thumbnails, and you think, oh, it's going to be snowing. And it wasn't actually snowing. I think it was in Russia. And it's not. It hadn't snowed there, but that's a beautiful highway. My goodness. It's 5:07 p.m. here, Eastern Daylight Time. I presume it's, what, 11 p.m. there, or maybe midnight. I don't know how far ahead the Netherlands is from here. Okay, so range 1. Going to place my bet. Going back to Los Angeles. Faster than the Concorde. I wouldn't mind seeing the Concorde come back. Then again, I have not been in an airplane in 54 years. Yeah, this game is just the tip of the iceberg of the newer content you're seeing in the iGaming world. There is so much glut out there. Am I going to win this one? No, just barely missed out. Boo. But 155.io, you can play this game for free with imaginary money. Charlevoix, if I pronounced it incorrectly, I'm not concerned. But it's in the United States. This is a new one for me. I haven't seen this one yet. That's an interesting. Look at that. Pretty. Vermont, maybe? Massachusetts? I don't know. Somebody can correct me. That's a beautiful view. Maybe I can pull this off. I need 2 more cars. I may get the win. Look at that. I won!
Congratulations, you won.
Woo! The winner's me!
Come on, baby, turn the lights off.
All right, we've had enough of this. Let's get out of this and let's get into the other main event, the debut, official debut of Duck River. The same concept, only those beautiful, wonderful plastic ducks. Look at that. It's the same concept. There's a green line there, a wavy line, and the AI picks up the ducks that cross over that line. And you bet over, under, range, or exact. Now, if I'd got in this a few minutes earlier, I would have won. But that's okay. We're going to get in the next one. Skyview Rapids. They've taken the duck racing course, and they haven't had duck racing in quite some time. And I was wondering what happened to the ducks. And they come back, and they're finally back, and these ducks have not multiplied. They've exponentialed. It used to just be 1 duck of each color. Now look at this. This is nuts. Hey, guys. Rhythm method. Or take longer naps. Or get a second job. You need to be more busy so you don't get too busy, you know? But gracious, look at this. I've already won this one. How about this? I won!
I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights off.
All right, we spared all expense here. And now we're going to the split. I called this area the split because it does exactly what I called it. And they named it because I called it a split. I forgot to actually place a bet. I forgot to do an auto bet. I hope this doesn't cost me. I'll have the sads if I would have won this race. I like how it sometimes make a funny little sound, like a little quack quack sound or some other sounds. But yeah, they've repurposed this entire track. And I presume how they set up the odds is similar to how they set up the odds for the other CCTV game, Rush Hour.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. I would have lost, so it turned out just as well that I did not place that bet. Now I got my auto bet on. I always bet over on this. Yeah, I called that the split. I don't know they call it that because I call it that. But now we're going to Croc Alley. Remember when they started the duck race, they had that one crocodile at the end. And I actually think it was fine with just one croc. And sometimes it would eat one of the ducks. The duck that was possibly winning the race all of a sudden gets eaten by the croc. Oh, there's a Donald Trump duck. There was a rumor out there that in some iCasinos can set up odds where if the Trump duck crosses or the POTUS duck, that you can get a bonus win. But you have to talk to them, the company, 155.io, about that. But yeah, the Donald Trump duck was kind of a gag. They had him running for one day, and we had a couple of fun videos on that. That was back when it was a little bit more fun to follow Donald Trump. It's not as fun right now. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this war. I don't see the logic to it. I just don't. I'm trying to be nice about this. Ah, there he goes. He crossed the line this time. That's usually, see, the line can be on either side. And again, you don't know how many ducks are going to be needed for your range. You just bet on there because the payouts are the same. So it might lead to how they come up with the odds. But look at that. They got 22 ducks. They got about a few seconds left. Come on, hurry up. Come on, I need 4 more. Yes. Yes. I won.
I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights off.
All right. We'll do a couple more. It's too much winning. Now, if you represent a lottery or an iCasino in the United States, this is exactly the kind of game you get. Now, the current house edge, I believe, is roughly 10%. It's on the rules page. But it can be tweaked based on how the game is constructed. But they added this robot art, I've noticed, that kind of collects the ducks, let them gather, and then release them. So now these ducks just go around this track all the time. And there's like a whole ton of them now. I tried to find some of these online, and I go like to Amazon, and I can't find the exact 8 colors. And I never have the nerve to just ask, hey, Mr. Duck Racing Guy, can you please tell me where I can get these ducks? Oh, Trump, you're late. You didn't cross the line in time. You cost me. You also raised my gas prices. Okay, Skyview Rapids. We saw this track a little while ago. Cam 1. And it's always wondering, what can he come up with next? I mean, I've come up with ideas about distribution. Ah, is that a new duck sound? I followed, I mean, they had an unofficial release a week ago, and yeah, I don't think it's going to get to my number, which I think is 38. Don't think it's going to quite get there, so I think under is going to win, but who knows? I mean, they may not. Yep, under did prevail. If it happened at that under, you would have won. Yeah, this game is on the lottery apps. These are non-casino games, officially. They're not in the North Carolina casinos. But to break through in the giant glut of games in the world, you got to come up with something different. And I think the chaotic nature of these games, these are games of chaos, as they call them. You know, this is probably the most peaceful looking game, racetrack is Rocky Narrows. And the number I need is 25. I need 18 ducks in the next 15 seconds. It doesn't look like it's happening. Yeah, now, it's a bummer to me that I had names for all these ducks, all the different colors, and now there's so many of them. Kind of ruins the effect for me, but this is remarkably cute. Yeah, Range wins that one. Range is, I imagine, could be a very popular bet. It's kind of a middle-of-the-road bet. Palm Tree Bend. Now, well, I guess we'll make this the last race. But if you wanted to, if you were in Fort Lauderdale and you had a condominium, can you imagine just stepping out at Palm Tree Bend and you see something like this? The next thing that needs to happen is a bar. You get seats and you sit in a chair and you just watch the ducks. You can't interfere. You can't toss coins in there or none of that. You just have a margarita. Maybe a chicken taco. You know, there's actually a duck river in Tennessee. I think it's coming. You should look into that. Maybe be a way to get into Tennessee's lottery. I don't know. But anyway, didn't work out that time. But hey, you can tell this game's going to be a grand slam. Just like Rush Hour is a grand slam. You can go onto 155.io. Now, if you want to follow what's going on in the Carolinas in the gaming industry, you've come to the right place. You go to X, and you follow at Carolina Derby. I own the domain carolinaderby.com, which now points to this, to my X account, which is Carolina Derby. That account had been used by someone else, but he let it go dormant. And because I have a Premium Plus membership with X, I was able to lobby to get this handle. So everything's going to be changing over to Carolina Derby. I still will be talking about iGaming issues and sports issues in the Carolinas and around the world. And my target audience is not necessarily everybody out there, even though I'm happy for you to listen. It's for lawmakers, regulators, lotteries, iCasinos, people in the gaming industry, interested parties who would love to see iGaming legal in North Carolina and the state of my birth, Florida. Again, I'm Dennis Justice. We'll have more feeds of this. This is one of the most fun games out there. And drop me a note. Let me know how much you like or dislike this show. But this is a game that you're going to be seeing in the United States before too long. Have faith. Thank you, that's all.